So today I'm going to talk about auto layout and some other things that are very key in Figma. So auto layout actually is good. It is very useful, more or less, when is good and useful in terms of spacing of objects and text and the likes. So it's good for spacing, and it's good for it has a lot of flexibility around it. So we're just going to be exploring that pretty shortly. I really don't know the right words to use, but then you will understand me further once we start doing something. Yeah. So moving forward. So let's say that we're trying to design something. Let me just look for something to design online. User interface. User interface designs. Let me just put it that way. So let's just no mobile app. Let's say mobile app. Let's look for something to design. Okay, I'm trying to look for something that has components. I mean, one or two components together. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, this is not bad. So let's just try to design this. I like this design chart. It makes sense. I like the way the designer used colors. It makes sense. And it's very nice. So let's zoom in and let's try to I don't know if I can actually get clip art like this. I'll try, but let's try to do something like this, design. So first off, I'm going to come down here. I'm not going to design the entire screen from scratch, just this component. That's what I just want us to design, this card, this single card. And I want us to use auto layout. Do you understand? So that we can have a proper understanding of how it works. So yeah, so first thing first is I'm going to just design the background. So I might create my frame or rectangle. Let's just work with rectangle for now. So at this point, and the next thing I'll do is I'll adjust the angle, corner radius. I'll turn that like this, and then the next thing I'll do is I'll have to turn this into editable object. I think to do that you can edit the
How
object.
did you adjust the corner radius?
What did you say?
How did you adjust the corner radius without going to
Okay,
the
Ctrl Z. Yeah, these angles.
Okay, so I'll just pull
You
it
just
in.
drag it down, and it's going to adjust it for you. So the next thing I'll do is I'll click on edit object. So now the object has now turned into an editable one. So I'll just drag this down, and then I'll drag this up as well. So that is looking more or less like it. Then once I'm done with that part, I can then click on done. Do you understand? I can click on done once I'm done with that part. So now if the corner radius are not supposed to be equals, what I'll do is once I select the object, I'll break the corner radius apart here. Sorry, I'll break it apart here. They're having equal size actually. Corner smoothing, no, I don't want to smooth it. I think I should be able to adjust their spacing here, or maybe because I've turned it into an editable object, that's why I'm not privileged. But however, let me try it for a new object first. Yeah, you should get this kind of sign that gives you the privilege to control their sizes. So I guess maybe because this is an editable object, it's no longer a geometric object that has equal sides. Do you understand? Because
what made it editable? Because you already did the corner radius
no, because
manually.
I already adjusted the shape of the object. You know, this shape is quite different from this shape. So I've edited the shape of this object. Like it is no longer looking like a geometric shape.
So would have done that before doing the
Exactly.
editing.
Exactly, yes, that's it. Alright, moving forward from there, right? The next thing I want to do from here, let me drag this down a bit. Then the next thing I want to do from here is I want to have this created. So first and foremost, right, I'm going to create my let's say circle. I'm going to create circle. Now I'm working with shapes instead, not auto layout. Control Shift to draw a perfect circle, and that circle has an outline of black. So I'm going to turn on the stroke. Yeah, that's fine. So don't forget, we're not working with auto layout yet. So and that's the main focus of this lecture. So the next thing I want to have is this kind of picture was created. Obviously they had to consult graphic designer to create fish, blah blah blah, all of this for them. Do you understand? So in my case here, I'm going to turn on my plugin, and then I'm going to come to icons 8. I guess that gives me the privilege to add clip art for pictures. Yeah, clip art pictures. So I'm going to type in fish. I'm going to bring them in one after the other because I don't think I can have all these sets all together. So I'm going to type in fish. So then the next thing is I'm going to come to illustrations. So that gives me the illustrations. Oh, okay. It's not bringing in what I want. Let's check photos. If I can get, that's going to be it's not, this is what I need, fish. Okay, that's not it. So let me go back to illustration, and then let me type in that fish again and press enter. Then loads and bring fish for me. Okay, this is more like it, but then this is a custom made fish. I mean, for the colors to blend well with the entire design and all that, shows that they were intentional with this kind of image they use. So that means they had to consult a designer to give them this kind of design. So whenever you see some user interface design that blends well, take for example this icon that blends well, that matches the brand color, shows kind of intentional design and all that. So that means they consulted graphic designers to create that project for them, that design for them. So in your case, if you are not that skilled in design, right, what you can do is you can outsource that part to a graphic designer, but then you have to factor in the graphic designer's cost in your project when billing your clients. Exactly, yes. Yes. So you might tell them you need to first and foremost understand what they want to design, what app they are designing, and then the numbers of icons, the kind of icons that will be used for specific pages. So that gives you the general idea, the numbers of icons you'll be using, and then gives you makes you understand, or makes you arrive at a conclusion where you know the cost of each icons that you are using, the cost of the icons that you are using. Okay, I think this fish will suffice. So I'm going to take the PNG format. But however, before I reach a conclusion, let me scroll down to see if I have other option. I think that one is more like it. Let me just use that one instead. Uh-oh, I think I lost it already. Okay, no. Let me just scroll down easily. Was it this one?
Yeah. No, it's not.
Okay, I think this one.
This is it. Yes.
I'll just click on PNG. So it's going to generate the PNG file for me. If I click on SVG, it will generate SVG file. So I can be able to edit SVG. Let me even delete this one. So let me import SVG. With SVG, I can, I have to pay for that. With SVG, I will be able to adjust the color. They are smart. With SVG, I can change this color that is brown to whatever color I want it to be. Do you understand?
Okay.
Alright, so then the next thing is, I really don't know what is beside it. Let me just put leaves in there. Okay, let's use this one.
Okay.
It drops that in as well for me. Alright, I think that is that about that. These ones are okay. So these icons 8 is a plugin in Figma that gives you the privilege to add illustrations in your project. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I did a mistake there. I was still selecting the fish when I imported the leaf, so it override the fish. My bad. Like what I'm saying is this fish was selected when I imported the leaf.
Mm.
So what happened was it
Okay.
override the fish and replaced it with leaf. So I'm supposed to have clicked out first. So it's not
Okay.
active. Are you following along?
Okay.
Then I'll now
Yes.
click on
Yes.
import the PNG of the leaf. So it will import it on top of it.
Okay.
Exactly. So it's not going to see this is a
Okay.
fish at the back, then the leaf is
It
on top.
won't go inside.
What did you say?
Okay.
Yeah,
I said it won't go into the fish.
it won't even replace the fish. So I can reduce this now,
Okay.
and the fish is still there. Exactly. So now do the same thing for the fish. I'll reduce the size. Yeah, and that's it. That's fair enough. Then I'll zoom in. I'll come down again, and then I'll start adjusting all these things and positioning them very well. I'll bring this here. I'll come down. So it's always important to do all these things outside and then bring them in later. So I'll adjust. I'll flip this horizontal, turn it to the right hand side. All right. So then first of all, I'll adjust the fish, turn it to the other side actually as well. Then adjust it carefully. I think this is okay for me. And then adjust the leaves. Take it to the back of the fish. Adjust it carefully.
How did you take it to the back, please?
Control bracket, square bracket. Control square bracket
Okay.
on your keyboard, or just drag it from here.
Okay.
The square bracket is this curly braces that oh, you are not coder, sorry. The curly bracket is the same key, is the same key with the square bracket. They are beside, they are the same.
Yeah, I know. I
Exactly.
know.
All right. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
square bracket. So then I'll adjust this carefully. Let me zoom in clearly. Let me turn off the eyes of the fish, or let me turn off the eyes of the fish because it's going to be blocking me to adjust this leaf. Then I'll adjust the leaf like this. I'll reduce it a bit. I'll adjust it more. Oh, Control Z. I made a mistake there. It's not proportional. Now I would shift to reduce it so that it goes in a proportional way, scaling way.
Okay.
Because if my hand is not on shift and I try to reduce it, you see, it's
It will
doing one
change the
kind
shape.
exactly, it's changing shape. So I would shift to reduce it like that. And then yeah, I'll adjust it. I'll hold Alt to duplicate that. Then I'll adjust this one with shift again. And then that's it. I'll adjust it more. Yeah. And then I'll turn on the fish now. Okay, that's fair enough. But I feel this second one is too big. So let me adjust it again with my hands on shift. Alright. And then maybe move them to the edge of the circle. Alright, that's fine. So then I'll turn this on again. I think I just have to move the fish up a bit. Yeah, that's just fair enough. Yeah, it's more or less like what we need. So the circle, I need another circle at the bottom, Control D, and then I'll take that down, Control square bracket, and then I'll push that out a bit. So at this point I'm going to reduce the opacity of the stroke. I'll come here from 100%, I'll turn it to maybe 10. Alright, that's fair enough. So then the next thing I want to do is I'll select all of them, and then I'll group them, Control G. So all these ones are balanced like this. So I'll change the color of this one to this, yeah, and then yeah, that's it. Why am I not getting the color that I'm coming? There's something somewhere. Let me select this. Okay, that is coming from where? The fill color of this. I don't want the fill. That's the fill color of the circle. So I had to turn it off.
Okay.
Yeah, I turned it off because it was showing. I turned it off so that the color at the back, the background color of the shape can show.
Fish.
So now here is the thing. So I'll scale this up a bit. I'll scale it up a bit, and after scaling here, then the next thing I'll do is I'll type in the price of it, T to turn to text to, and then dollar, maybe $100. Then escape to go back to move to. I'm just using keyboard shortcut this time around, and then I'll press maybe 10. That's the size of it, and then I'll come down here, maybe make it bold, and then turn it to black color, 000. and that's it. And then I'll still scale it down more, maybe 6. All right, then I'll select both of them, and then I'll make it auto layout. I don't want to group them, I just want to make them auto layout. So now look at what happens. It moves the text to the center of the fish. So with auto layout, because I'm not grouping them, with auto layout I can control the alignment. I can control the alignment just with some keys. With some keys I can control the alignment. I don't need to struggle myself too hard, because if I group them, what will happen is I will have to be moving them manually.
Yeah.
Exactly, I will have to be moving this 100 manually to a position where I want it. But with auto layout selected, I can just move it with this key. Another beautiful thing is I can even add a background color. That is, if for example these are having a background of their own, so I can give that background maybe a white background color, or maybe a different color, maybe maybe this color, this one, or maybe this one. So now for example, so now another thing I can do is they are not having spaces around them, so I can control the space around them, which is the padding top and left and right. You can see this, I can scale it left, pad it left and right. If I click on this now, it will break them, it will make them explicit, like it will make them stand alone. So I can control the padding left myself, control the padding right. And I can even control the padding top. You see that space? And the padding bottom, see that space? Now I'm having space around it. So now they are more or less like in the center of the background color. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I can still come back to align them to the left. So let's take, for example, let's say the padding right is more than the padding left. Let's say this is what the padding right looks like, maybe 25. Now you can see this, that they are in the left hand side. You can see that they are on the left hand side. Can you see that?
Yes.
So if I say center, they move from that part to the center. It's because this thing is not, these two sides are not equal. That's why it's looking as if they are not on the center. It's because the padding right is more than the left. So now, but if I say padding left, they all go to the left hand side. Both of them, both the image and then the text goes to the left. Now another thing auto layout does for us is I can change the direction of the things. So at this point here, the text, the price of the fish, of the food, is at the bottom. I can make it side by side with this. You can see that. You can see the way I change the direction. And at this point here, the price of this, the price of the food is at the top side. I can bring it to the center. I can bring it to the bottom. Can you see the flexibility auto layout is giving us? And with padding right, I've already adjusted the space. I've controlled the space rather that I want to be here, and I can even adjust it downwards. That is, if I don't want it there. Do you understand? So I can do a lot of things to this food and text, and it makes sense because I have more than one thing altogether. That is, I have more than one thing. So that means I have the food, and then I have the price of the food. So that's just the way it is. I think I should even duplicate the fish because it's duplicated over there. Yeah, and that's it. Makes sense. That way I can rotate the fish. Oh, Ctrl Z. So I think at this point, let me ungroup them and let me even stop making them auto layout. Yes, first, then let me take them. Now once I remove them from auto layout, it just wrap them in a frame. The auto layout then turns into a frame. Are you getting it?
Yes.
So I don't need that frame, so I'll just drag them out of the frame and then I'll delete that frame. So what I'm saying basically is, let's say that I think this example I'm even using, it shouldn't be what I should use. Let me stop this video and then let me